morning, wonderful listeners and viewers of Bimara TV. We're back again for another episode of the Education Hour, which take place every Saturday from 11 to 12 o'clock. With me in the studio, your host, Loli Sise. And then today I have my guests, my own students from the Mighty Olundum Open Senior Secondary School. We're here today for a very important topic to discuss and very nice poem to recite. So I will start from my far right. She will introduce herself for us. So Mariam, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Madam Sisi. Good morning, precious viewers out there. My name is Mariama Bari, a student from Oyundum Upper and Senior Secondary School and a member of a press club.
Thank you, Mariama. Khadija, the floor is yours.
Good morning, precious listeners out there or viewers out there. My name is Khadija Tujete, a student from Oyundum Upper and Senior Secondary School Press Club.
Thank you very much. That was a great introduction from both of you. And then welcome again, Khadija, to Bimara TV. Welcome, Mariama, for the first time of having you in this platform. It's a great pleasure having you all to come here. So today our main concern is I have these students from the Mighty Olundum Upper and Senior Secondary School. Khadija was here some time ago with Aliou Sarr. ñëw na toj na fi ñamal nañu dem na loolu moo tax ñu delloo si ko fi mu ñëw jeexale lu neex li so tey they are here to recite a poem. All of them are poets. Khadija, she write and read. The same thing to Mariama. In fact, I will not tell you. They will speak for themselves because when they read, you want to dance. They have a very nice voices. They are very great. Thank you to Mr. GC of the Mighty Olundum Senior and Upper Basic School, and then the head of the press club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it will have not been possible had it been he did not allow you to come here today. So Mr. GC, thank you very much, and thanks to Mr. Prince also for giving us the green light for me to come with the students here. So, but before we get into the poem in detail for you to read this poem, I want to ask you some questions concerning this. Let me start from Mariam. Mariam,
Yeah.
may we know what motivates you? What really motivates you to become a poetess? Is it Khadija?
Yeah, it's Khadija because she is my mentor
Okay.
and I like reciting poems.
Mm-hmm.
When I see my fellow students or especially Khadija reciting poems, I feel excited, I feel happy. So I also want to become a poetess.
Wonderful. She says she was motivated by Khadija, who is her senior in the school. Khadija is in grade 11 and Mariama is in grade 9.
8.
Mariama is you are in grade 8. That's very good. You are right in grade 8. So seeing Khadija as your senior in the school, you see how Khadija recites. In fact, when Khadija is reciting in the assembly, everybody become happy. Even the students, the teachers, everybody that is there, you become happy and be in love with Khadija's melodious voice. When Khadija recites, in fact, myself, I wanted to dance, but I said, let me just recite it. So these are some of the things that motivate Mariama to become a poetess. I can remember one day you passed by my shop, you said, Madam Sise, I want you to invite me to come and recite poems in your studio. In fact, I was asking you to recite some of the poems. So the time she started, I become impressed because she loved what she is doing. As she said, you all heard her saying she was motivated by Khadija, the way Khadija recite poems and the way she writes it. So she was motivated. That's a great move. Seeing Khadija in school motivating students is great. So Khadija, keep up the good momentum. And then thank you, Mr. GC, for making our Khadija whom she is today until she reached the state of motivating people. That is a great work, Khadija. Keep it up. You both have a great future. Now let's move to Khadija. The question goes back to Khadija. You heard what Mariama already said.
Yeah.
She says she's motivated by you. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, that is always my aim because I was also motivated by poets and poetess because I will always listen to poems that will also motivate me to write poems. So when I become one, I also wanted to inspire the young ones also to become to be even more than me.
Thank you very much. So as you are motivated as Mariama is motivated by you, obviously you might also have somebody that motivated you. You might have a role model whom you're looking up to So may we know the person who is the role model who's motivating Khadija to becoming the Khadija she wants today?
Yeah, I started writing poems since when I was in grade 7. I was motivated by listening to people's poems, but I didn't have a guide yet by then. But when I get to grade 9, I have Mohammed Jeng in our school who will guide me how to write poems. Before, it wasn't that much perfect, but now, alhamdulillah, everything is fine.
So can we say that you're also motivated by Mohammed Jeng?
Yes, I'm also motivated by Mohammed Jeng.
This is wonderful and great. They are motivated by each other in the same school. Mohammed Jeng is also a grade 12 student in all, you know.
Yeah.
So Khadija was motivated by Mohammed, and then Mariama is also motivated by Khadija. All of them in the same school and all of them in the same press club, guided by who? Mr. GC. So this great work, this acknowledgement goes to Mr. GC, wherever you are. We are saying thank you very much, and then keep up the momentum you are doing in the society and in the country as large. Thank you. So Khadija, we move on now. So what do you have to say to Mr. GC? What do you have to say to GC first before we move?
I would just like to thank him for his amazing work, because if not because of him, I would not be here. Because when I was in grade 7, when I write poems, I only recited in class, not even to stand in front of assembly and speak. But because of press club, I just once recited in assembly, and then he told me you can join press club. That would even help you to improve your public speaking skills. That was when I joined press club, and then now I have improved, and then it's great.
Great, thank you very much. I think one day we'll also have Mohammed here. Mohammed, wherever you are, if you are watching, you will be needed. You understand you're currently in your exam. Wishing you all the best and all the grade 12s out there. Mohammed, get ready for us, because we must bring you here as far as you're the one that motivate our mighty Khadija. So today, I invited all of you here to come and recite poems with your melodious
foundation that breaks us into pieces. It is hard to say that our generation makes no changes, and it is good for us to change the narrative of our story. I was born and raised in a poor family with a poor background. Then I stood and say that I'm going to change the narrative of my story. I am small. It doesn't matter. The knowledge is what matters. So my dear family, I'm gonna change the narrative of our story. The discrimination, isolation, depression, segregation has nothing to do with my reputation. Cause I believe in Tekifi and not may mali. Ndax lolu la fi suñu mami bayi won. Liggéey daan sa doole. So I don't have to lean on you. Cause leaning on you will lead to destruction, discrimination, and depression. We are different in characters. We are different in personalities, and you don't have to influence me. You are a son of a billionaire and I am a daughter of a layman. I felt so sad that poor people are not considered. They don't have a voice because poverty is an infection that has effects on us. Think of a solution. Do not lean on him, cause you don't deserve all this. He is not called on a decision making because of his condition, such a horrible situation, and there is no nomination because of his condition. Oh poverty, people are suffering on the streets because of you. A man leaves home early in order to provide for his family. A child sits in class not knowing what to do, attention at home, not knowing whether there will be food to eat or not, all because of poverty. You will not stand and challenge the rich ones, even if you are capable, cause you are termed incapable. They are considered and you are not considered. You are never promoted but always demoted. I feel so less whenever I'm with rich kids, cause they are not taught moral values. They are more of indiscipline. But one day in the middle of an ordinary life, miracles do happen. If you are born poor, it's not your fault, but if you die poor, it's your fault. So my dear brothers and sisters, what happened to struggle and strive? I made a promise that I'm not gonna die poor and I will change the narrative of my story. I thank you.
Wow, wonderful. That was great and amazing from Mariam. You know, I told you initially they have a very nice voice, so she properly right. So you all had the poems to recite. But before I take the mic from you, I have this question to ask. What is the moral lesson of this poem you recite?
Yeah, poverty, this country, the Gambia, is a poor country, and the 75% of the Gambians are all poor. And I can see that many people are struggling on the streets, sitting there and begging for money so that they can have food to eat. Some are there, they are not even respected because they are poor.
Okay, and then you said something very important. You said when you're born poor, it's not
your fault, but if you die poor, it's your fault.
What do you mean by that? It's a very important statement from the poem.
Yeah, because what I meant by if you are born poor, it's not your fault, and if you die poor, it's your fault, is that you can struggle and strive. If you want to overcome this poverty, you can overcome it by education or even skillful techniques.
It said if you want to have what you don't have before, you must do what you were not doing before so that you can have what you want to have. You understand? Good, thank you very much. So let's move to Khadija. Let her also recite her poem for us. Let's hear from the nice voice of Khadija.
Okay, the title of my poem is I Was Once a Victim. And here it goes. My tears have dried, but my eyes are wet. Fright gone, but my body still sweat. I want to speak, but secrets are to keep. I sat and predicate the wall of depression. As a kid, you had to be nice. As a teenager, you think critical, imagine, and calculate. As an adult, you made your own decisions. Some felt the love of having a parent, but some aren't just lucky. Yalla di buug di borom ma nekk sama diggi ndaw musuma am bànneexu am yaay baay waxi noppi maltreatments every day filled with sadness and grief ma toog xalaat sama xel soli lool ma naan ndax lii moo tax ñu ne yaay but I want to be that sweet 16, talented, creative and smart, a brilliant student that everyone admire. I want to be a damsel, but I was treated like a slave. My rights were violated, my dreams were shattered, my image is being erased, and I wasn't considered. My dignity not protected. Days upon days. I was in a conversation with the old man telling me, baby, I love you. I told him that, sir, I'm here for a mission, and you are not the vision. I have an ambition. I'm sorry to say I don't love you, but I am not the best for you. You are old enough to understand my statement. Don't underrate my statement. Put yourself in my shoe. If this was your sister, how would you feel? You would have been frustrated and devastated. If this was your beloved Dora, my life is in a mess. I made him emotional, then he regret his action. He promised to go far, far away from me. I was celebrating, jubilating, thinking that my soul is at ease. knowing that life is vanity upon vanity. Then my so-called parents appears to me, telling me we are not your biological parent. The saddest news in my life, and I thought as much. Thinking that they are addicted, I felt so sad because I was treated like a motherless child. But I just want to be that sweet 16, talented, creative and smart, a brilliant student that everyone admire. I wish I could get to my destination, University of my nation, with Halifa, the legend of my nation. I thank you all.
Wow, what an emotional poem from Khadija. This was so emotional. In fact, I was sitting, I wanted to cry. But I said, let me keep my tears. Thank you very much, Khadija. That was a very nice poem from Khadija. And these are things that are happening in our societies every day, every now and then. We're hearing these stories that somebody is forced to get married, someone is dropped out of school to force and forcefully get married, to even people that are older than them, as you said. Somebody who was meant to be your father, they force you to get married to them. Why do you think? Why? Let's go back to your point. This poem that you recite is happening in the society. Every day we are witnesses of this. Now, why do you think, why is the main reason that is encouraging people to get into this, forcing their children to get married to people who are older than them, taking them out from school and giving them husbands? Why do you think why is this happening? And it is so rampant now in our Gambian society, as we know.
Yeah, because in the other, if you look at in the other aspect, it could be like the person might not be your parent. That's why she's forcing you, he or she is forcing you to get married to an old man or to the other. Because if you really love your child or you gave birth to someone, you will not do what the person didn't like, because she have her own right to get married to whosoever she desired. But in the other aspect also, it could be your biological daughter or your biological son. You force the person to get married because the person has become something else to this community or to this society, or you see the person adopting some lifestyle that is not impressed.
That's in fact what I wanted to tell you. Some of them will be your biological parents, but some of them, what is really pushing them to do so is the behavior of the children that they don't like. Especially now, the generation we are. These kids are strong-headed. They take the direction that you never want them to be. You do all your best, you do everything possible to stop them, but you cannot. So the only choice you have is to take them to marriage. And in fact, that will not be the best choice. Taking them to marriage will make the situation worse. You understand? What are some of the moral lessons of the poem that this emotional poem that you just recite right now?
Yeah. For the child, the moral lesson for the child there is like, it's not my own story, because I'm not forced to get married to an old man or something like that.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah,
but it's a story of somebody else.
Yeah, but if a situation arises, the girl knows how to approach the man, that the man have to walk away, because she knows that she's not my type, he or he's not my type. Yes, but no matter how problems approach to you, you should know how to like handle things so that you will at least escape from it.
Okay. And what else?
And also, like, parents should not force their children to get married to whom they don't love, or to get married to an old man. She might be a young person that if not, the consequences of early marriage can be there. Childbirth, she can lose her life by childbirth or stuff like that, because she is young to get married. Or possibly she may get someone that she has already talked to about married, like in the future, and you want the person to get married to an old man. That is crazy.
And what is the advice do you have for your colleagues, your sisters there, your mates, especially the girl child out there going to school?
Yeah, if you have someone that you want to get married to, you can tell your parents that he is the one that I want to get married to, but he's going to wait for me. It's better than like you keeping that secret from your parent. Who knows, something might come up.
And then what else? You ask them to stay away. Let them concentrate. Let them concentrate. Yes, of course. Let them.
Yeah, and they also have to concentrate. Oh, they forget about anything that has to do with boys, and they focus on their education. Everything have a time.
Very good. That is it. It's a very good. That's why I asked the advice you have for your fellow students going to school. Two things cannot go together. The proverb said what? There's a proverb that says what?
Yeah.
Beating drums
Scratching your buttocks can be
go
good.
together. So going to school and be that town girl in the town, having your boyfriend, going everywhere, going to hotels, doing so many things with your boyfriends and whatsoever you call them, and then going to school cannot go together. You understand?
Sure.
I always tell my students, education is very jealous. You cannot take education and then mingle it with anything in life. You understand? Sure. The only thing you have to do is to focus. I told my students there's no magic in education. If there is magic, the only magic is what? Reading. When you read, you pass. When you focus, you make it and become whom you want to be in the future. All of you here, sitting here, this beautiful girl sitting beside me, that is Maria Babari from grade 8 and then Khadija from grade 11. They are all young. You see, they're beautiful young girls who have aim, who have dreams in the future that they want to do. You heard them saying that. They are all poets motivated by Khadija is motivated, Mariama motivated by Khadija, Khadija motivated by Muhammad. Muhammad is also motivated by someone. I hope it's from All You Know. So our All Yundum is becoming blessed, and our All Yundum is mighty, where we have students motivating each other to become great people in this society. You understand? So Mr. GC, we're saying thank you so very much. You all heard what Khadija and Mariama recite here today, and then they all explain the moral lesson of their poem. Khadija's emotional poem, Mariama's smart poem. So they tell us what the poem entails about, and these are things that are happening in the society. These are things happening to our sisters and our brothers going to school. So you have Khadija advising you. The advice they have for you is to stay focused on your education, and then study hard, finish school, going to universities and colleges of your choice, become whom you want to be in the future, so that you understand, you enjoy your life. If you enjoy now, trust me, you will not enjoy later. Yes, you have to wait for it. Just wait, don't rush. Everything in life is time. That's what Jesus said, right?
Yes.
Everything in life is turn by turn. So everybody must wait for your turn. Good. Thank you very much. So do you have anything to adjust? In fact, if you're going to recite another poem, I will love it. Very short and precise, because if you just have a very
precise.
Yes. So that we can close.
Okay. This poem is about eradicate injustice for the less privileged. I will just make it short, right?
Yeah, just precise.
Okay. They said we will never get it. I believe when people hear from the colored side of our story, injustice anywhere is an insult to justice everywhere. It is normal to exist rich or poor, because we all have equal rights. See, my teacher taught me that no man is above the law. But the world we are living now, man is above the law. Because innocent people are in jail today, and the guilty ones are out there beating their chest and saying that Telebafututa. It's true. Your parents are the married one, but they are not the founder of the law. In order for us to eradicate injustice in our society, we must avoid discrimination, tribalism, and corruption in order for us to move forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a long time, that's why I forget.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so very much. It's nice, Phil. So, Mariam, you had your mentor. I don't know your mentor, Khadija, your mentor. She recited another poem, very important poem. So, may I ask you, from Khadija's poem, what do you learn from the poem, and what are the advices or some of the advices that you have for your fellow students there in the school and everywhere in the country? What advice do you have for them?
The advice I have for my fellow students out there is that they should focus on their education. And they should focus on their education and read their books, so that they will be able to pass their exams and to achieve their dreams, to achieve their goals and what they want to be in the future. Like, for example, having boyfriends at this age and what you just said, what Jesus said, everything is turn by turn. Everyone has his or her own turn. So everything is time. Education has time, and if you don't focus on your books and your education, you'll never make it. You will not be able to pass your exams or pursue your dreams.
Thank you. That was smart from you. You must be smart and focused to make it. And I told my students every time I will tell you, life after school is very frustrating and devastating, especially if you don't make results. So you have to focus and make results. If you don't make results after grade 12, you become frustrated. I'm telling you this. You become frustrated. You will never know where you will be, you want to do. In fact, you will not know what you want to do. You will be there tumbling around and checking everything, putting yourself into so many things that does not even worth it. Sure, looking for back way, looking for somebody to help you, looking for so many things that does not even worth it. So hadn't been you concentrate, I told you this is just a matter of 6 months or 8 months, you have your exams. Currently, the grade 12s are doing their exams. When they're done with the exam, they make results. All of them are going to universities of their choice. If I meet them in the society, they call Madam Cici, I'll be very happy to introduce them as my students. You understand? But if you don't focus, you will not make it. So you're in grade 8 going to grade 9. Khadija is in grade 11 going to grade 12. So right now is the best time. You're all going to the examination classes where you make your choice in the senior school what you want to study, where Khadija will decide where she wants to be after grade 12. So I am advising you as well, wishing all of you good luck in your next year's grades, examination grades, so that you all have flying colors. Mariama go to the course that she wishes, and then Khadija go to University of where? Cambridge University, right?
Yeah.
And study international relations because I know you can do it. Yes, you have a great future as right as Mariama do. So thank you so very much, beautiful girls, for answering to my call, and then thank you the staff from the principal of Old Union Open Senior Secondary School, and most special thanks to Mr. GC for allowing them again to come back and showcase their talents to the Gambian people out there, to know what these kids can do, and then to also explore what Mr. GC, the great work GC is doing in the society and in the country as large. So fii la woon fii lañ ko doon amee Jimala TV ngeen baalal ma nag ñu laaka olof si English bi tey lu bari Khadija du dee nangoo laaka olof. So I understand Mariama, you also good in develop language. So then we can move on. So fii la woon si biir Jimala TV programme bu leen day amal every Saturday from 11 to 12 o'clock fii ñu tuddee ko education hour bi. So tey nag ma invite on Khadija ak Mariama, dégg ngeen lu important lu am solo luñ fi discuss, research nañ point wax ne la the importance of it. So tey gars yi ñu ñëwoon fii pour dal ñu point. So ñu ngi nii léegi ñu ñoo def rek dañuy tàggatoo ñu ne lu neex du doy waaye dañ koy dagg ba beneen yoon ñëwaat. So Mariama, ñuy tàggatoo fi muy Jimala TV for the first time you coming. So we hope you will come back again stronger and coming with a very important and nicer point again to come. So the floor is yours. For our audience.
Okay. I would like to thank you, first of all, Madam Cici, and I would like to thank Mr. GC, the coordinator of the Press Club of Old Union Upper and Senior Secondary School, and I would like to thank the principal of Old Union Upper and Senior Secondary School, the teachers of Old Union, and students. I would like also to thank my parents and also everyone out there watching this beautiful show. Thank you.
Khadija.
First of all, I would like to thank you for hosting us, and I would like to thank Jimala TV for giving students the platform to showcase their talent. I would also like to thank the principal of Woollingham Upper and Senior Secondary School, teachers and students, and more especially Mr. GC for giving us or for training us or for mentoring us to be who we are today. If not because of him, we will not be here to speak or something like that, or we will not even know the secrets of speaking or something like that. And I would also like to thank my mentor and then everyone who inspired me to do that.
You have to thank Mohammed.
Yeah, I would also like to thank Mohammed. Yeah, I would thank my mentee, even though she didn't thank me, but I would thank her.
Okay.
And the cameraman, I would like to thank the cameraman also.
Madam Falana, Usman Jata, thank you so very much. We thank you. Camera bu set bo ñu dé defal Usman Jata rek ngay yeb. Alright, thank you so very much. Ñu dox dajé kon ba benen Saturday inshallah ci biir studio bi. Topaleen télé bi bu baax bi la bu set bi mo leen andi caméra bu leer nañ bu leer rafet. Thank you.